again, up next we have Bob Craig from Payqwik. They're just getting his presentation set up. No, not sure if there's, there we go. Perfect. Bob, are you?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Great.
Can you
Okay.
see?
Over to you.
You can see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Morgan. Here to introduce to you guys Payqwik Financial Network. As many of you are well aware, running a cannabis business in a newly regulated industry is very, very difficult. Marrying that with banking, which is also highly regulated and really hasn't figured out the rules of what to do in cannabis is also challenging. So putting the two together, running a cannabis business and then trying to manage your money and all the things that you want to do from a financial perspective, very difficult. So Payqwik is part of the solution there. Our mission is to provide a comprehensive solution that is compliant and also pulls together all the functional things that a company needs to manage their cash, make their payroll, do treasury operations, etc. Our vision is that we will create this network effect and will help the industry grow. Payqwik is a little different than other companies that are in this business. We are a direct banking solution to the cannabis industry. We're backed by national banks and local banks as well to give us access to the Federal Reserve and other systems like that. We have an executive team with a deep experience in payments and in cannabis. So what we're doing is we're providing that expertise to companies that are trying to build their business, grow their business, manage their supply chain across the cannabis industry. We're serving all license types and specifically focused on MSOs. And we've built a technology platform that delivers compliance as a service, not only to the customers, but also to the banks that we work with. The executive team, I consider myself a payment geek. I'm a banker from way back, worked at very large banks and also in fintech companies, working on how to leverage new technology into emerging businesses. Keith Marks is also on the screen with us. He's coming from Riverside County over with Cheech. He's also wearing the flag like I've got on here. Keith was our founder back in 2014 and is the visionary around Payqwik. Also on our board is also an investor that many of you guys know, David Friedman, who is the CEO of Panther Capital and also is running some other businesses in the cannabis space as well. He has a long history of cannabis business. So as you guys know, cannabis and banking have not always met on even keel. And what we've seen is many banks have gotten into the business, some to quickly escape as they realized how difficult it was. What we're seeing is banks having a partial solution in here and maybe not always the most compliant solution. So Payqwik is there to do that. Our financial network crosses all of the things that a business may need, from consumer payments, the core treasury solutions, settlement solutions for labs and exchanges and marketplaces, and also investment solutions for those that are compiling cash. For those that are not compiling cash, but they're looking for short-term, medium-term, and long-term loans, we have partners that we work with to build that into the capability for all of our customers. As I mentioned before, our target market is all license types. We work around the supply chain to help every kind of business transact with each other in a compliant manner. So they can move money from each other, they can move invoices, et cetera, so that they can pay each other and settle their obligations. It helps for recurring business. As more people are on the Payqwik network, more people will transact on the Payqwik network. The core products that we offer from a banking perspective include receivables, payables. We have a nationwide network so that you can manage your businesses on a state-by-state basis, as well as a roll-up for MSOs looking at their business across multiple states. As I alluded to before, we do something that we call Quick Pays, which is electronic invoicing and payment, really very important for the B2B solution set for transacting and solidifying the supply chain movement. This is where Payqwik exists right now in the green states. This looks very much like the map that Emily put up earlier. And what you can see is that we're focused primarily on states where adult use has been enacted in a law. We talk a little bit about our addressable market. California, obviously the largest market in the country, last year did about $3 billion in transactions. And our deposits last year in California were about 200 million. So we're running about 7% of that market. We're expanding broadly into other states that are coming online. Nevada, Florida, and New Jersey, very important for us as we expand in 2020 and 2021.
You just passed 5 minutes, just so you know.
Okay. Partnership's very important to us. The company that you keep, a lot to build that we did to work with these partners. A little bit about our revenue model. We charge fees very much like a bank would. Our costs are fixed and variable, people, as well as fees from our banks to access the Federal Reserve, et cetera. We have been in business for a long time. We have a very strong growth, especially this year. Our growth has been phenomenal. We're doing about 350 million in national deposits right now. We expect that to continue to grow for the rest of the year, leaving us with about 5 million in revenue and an EBITDA positive. There's some transaction volume. We're very proud of how much we've done. And as I say in the investment world, the dogs are eating the dog food to multiple transactions, deposits, et cetera. We're looking for $5 million for growth. Here's a pie chart of where we're going to spend that growth in expanding across the US and investing in more sales as well as more network opportunities. Key parts of our business leadership team, a moat of 5 years being in this business, compliant money transmission licenses across the country, and the top MSOs, compliant technology, and a supply chain network integration that helps the business grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, judges.
I have a quick question, Morgan. So Bob, for the 5 million raise, what's the minimum tranche you're looking for, and how are you setting up? What kind of investment is it exactly? You doing a note? Are you doing debt? Like what exactly? How are you setting that up, Bob?
We're thinking that it's going to be equity, and we're looking for participation from a number of different investors. Could be 2 or 3. We're going first to our existing investors, obviously, for follow-on to their original investments. But we would love strategics to come in as well. But your short answer is it's equity. And
how much equity are you looking to give up for the 5 million?
I think I think some of that's negotiable as we look at the current valuation.
Thank you.
Hey, Bob, you mentioned that you have some integration with the Fed and the other banks. How are you handling wires and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we're supported by national banks and also some state banks and credit unions. And so they give us access to the back end on that. So we are a direct bank relationship to our customers, and then we have access to the Federal Reserve through our bank partners. We're not reselling their product. They're not opening accounts for the bank, for the MSOs or the MRBs. That's all on the Payqwik platform.
Thanks.
Hey, Bob, how you doing? This is Evan. Seen you guys grow now for a couple years, so congratulations on all the success. How many active clients do you have, and where do you see the growth within your sales process for additional clients? And are they primarily commercial clients, or do you also provide consumer solutions as well?
Yeah, great question, and appreciate your awareness of Payqwik's history. In the beginning, we were, and Forbes magazine actually called us the PayPal of pot. And about 1.5 years ago, we came back to and said, consumer programs are very, very hard. Capital One, Citibank, Bank of America does consumer programs, and the compliance around those is even tougher. as you're doing a stored value or trying to take credit cards related to consumer transactions. So we've partnered with folks that are doing consumer-based transactions for retailers. But what we saw in our customer base was this vertically integrated types of companies and also multi-state operators. So we leveraged the platform, which was already doing those payment and other banking transactions, to expand into serve those customers. So we're working with cultivators all the way to retailers, as well as ancillary businesses, packaging, et cetera. So yeah, our focus on consumers is really to help those that are aligned with consumers in terms of a product for the cannabis industry, for those of our customers that have retail dispensary and other retail applications.
Bob, real quick, before we have time for one more question, can you just unshare your screen when you have a moment?
Share.
Unshare it.
Unshare. There you go.
There you go. Perfect. Judges, we got time for one last quick one.
I guess I'd like to know, in the eventuality with federal legalization, what's the game plan with that? Looks like your biggest competitors are ADP and a bank. And so how do you kind of ease investor uncertainty with financial legalization and your ability to continue as a going concern?
Yeah, great question. Again, one of the things that we're trying to focus on primarily is, how do we serve those banks that are looking to get into the space, so we can help them without needing them to learn the 5 years of history that we have. We can actually help people enter the space by using our platform, our automated compliance, our money transmission licenses, et cetera. So it'd be very, very, very hard to build this if the administration's
Great.
Sounds like, Bob, you cut out there a little bit, so I'm going to jump in to try and I think, Josh, that was your question, and try and finish off for Bob. Our platform is really built in order to work with banks and other financial institutions. Payqwik is really more than anything a B2B compliance company. Onboarding and ongoing maintenance of the transactions is very difficult to build and scale. It's very expensive for smaller institutions and banks to get into this business and build what we've been able to do, to electronically triangulate the transactions, to verify what's going through, to do all the AML, BSA reporting. Smaller institutions really can't do that. And even some of the larger ones, it's very difficult to put together those platforms. We've built that out and believe that our platform, regardless of federal legalization or not, is always going to have this compliance requirement, and that we will become a very integral part to all of the different banks or credit unions that want to be in business as being that transactional partner that's doing all the reporting and the transactions.